What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Max Factory Figma Demon Slayer Tanjiro Kamado. Let's get into it. Now, starting off with that sexy package, it seems as if Figma has finally decided to just go with the smaller boxes, which is fine with me because I love conserving as much space as I can. As you guys can see, we've got the window package. It says Max Factory right there. Figma Action Figure Series, $4.98. Demon Slayer logo right there. Warning, choking hazard, Tanjiro Kamado. Got an image of him right here in a battle pose with some of the same stuff that's on the front. At the bottom, that same pose, of course, there's the barcode. On this side, we've got him standing with that Tanjiro smile, that typical shonen or main character smile. This isn't a shonen, I don't believe, but still, you get what I'm saying. Then on this side, once again, another smile, so that's a bit of a surprise. He comes with two smiling faces. Then on the back, you've got some poses you can get the figure into, as well as some of the accessories. Right there, it says Figma, $4.98 once again, and then you've got all the legal stuff at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get into the figure. Now, the first thing I want to say straight out of the package is that I am a little bit disappointed. Not at the figure and not at Figma. Mostly at myself, because I thought that I ordered the DX version of this guy, but I guess I didn't. Now, that being said, I thought that the regular edition at least came with the fire breathing and water breathing techniques, but they don't. For whatever reason, Figma didn't even throw in the effect pieces. Like, I get it, the DX came with the extra Nezuko, it came with a background, things like that, but they could have at least thrown in the effect pieces with this guy. Like, you literally just get the Figma and his weapon and a couple of hands. That's all you get with this guy. And I think what happened was, when I went to finally pre-order this guy, I think the DX was down. I know I went and looked back at the rest of my orders for Mami, which is where I got this. I have the DX for everyone else except for this guy. So now I have to try to track that down, which I already know how stressful that's going to be. But yeah, here we are with the regular edition. I'm sorry, guys. I really wish I had the DX edition, but I don't. This is what we got. This is what we're working with. And I don't know. I think that's just like a major letdown. They could have at least thrown in the accessories for the effects. And then I know he also comes with an extra faceplate that they kept exclusive to the DX. I don't know. This just seems like a dumb idea about Figma. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. That was my mistake. We are here to talk about the figure. And I have to say that for the most part, it looks really good. The faceplate looks nice. Tanjiro, once again, has that kind of tan skin tone that a lot of people didn't really care for on the Buzz mod. And I think that's pretty interesting that both of them went with this choice. But I don't know. I'm going to have to look back at some of the artwork. I don't remember Tanjiro being extremely tan, but this looks good. I love how they did the scar, the eyes. That is sick. You know, Demon Slayer has a particular way that they draw the eyes. Like, they have a shape to them, and so I really love that. You've got Tanjiro's signature smile, his earrings, the hair. The hair is painted very nicely. The jacket looks good. The articulation in the jacket is done pretty well. For the most part, it's a solid piece. Everything about this, the sculpt work is there, the detail. I love the look of this figure quite a bit, despite the fact that I'm disappointed by everything that I mentioned earlier. This guy's done very clean, and I don't think you can take this sword out, actually. No, you can't. So, unlike on the Buzz mod, you can't take this sword off of here, so it just kind of moves around, as you guys can see. Up and down. So if you want to like angle it or pose it, you can do that, but it does not come off. The jacket doesn't sit flush, but you can get it to lay down about that much, which is fine. But his arms also aren't going to come down completely to his side, so don't expect that either. And that's just something to be expected with the design of this. Since it's not soft goods, it's going to kind of sit out, as well as these pieces right here. They're going to just kind of float out. So that really depends on you if you like that. One thing I do like that they did, though, is I should probably save this for articulation, but since I already mentioned it, I like how you can rotate this sleeve piece right here to have it kind of sit in the direction that you want. You can line it up if you want, but if you don't line it up and you pose it like this, it still looks good because the jacket is checkered. So I think that's a very, very smart decision that was made on their part. But overall, good looking figure. I've rambled enough. Let's put him back and see how tall he stands. Now, in terms of the height on Tanjiro, we all know Figma usually runs very small, so this guy isn't going to be any different. He is right at about 5 1/4, right under 5 1/2, so definitely a small figure, which makes sense. I think Tanjiro's only 14, 15, and he does look like he's pretty small anyway, so I think that's fine. Moving on to the articulation, he looks up about that much, which is actually pretty good. He looks down about that much, which isn't too bad. A lot of it is going to come out of the neck. As you guys can see, there's a separate piece right there. So that helps with him looking down. You do get tilt, twist, and turn, all that good stuff. His arms go up and out very, very well, actually. So the T-pose isn't going to be a problem. He doesn't really have... Actually, yes, he does. He has a butterfly joint, and it comes forward. You're going to have to rotate the joint at the shoulder, but it comes forward about, let's see, that much. So if you want to get him doing his signature sword swinging poses, it's not going to be a problem. The butterfly joint is actually in the jacket. It's probably hard to see. Let me get some light on that. Let's see. It's right in here. And it works. I like the fact that this piece of the jacket is separate because that also helps with that articulation. So it's a little bright. Let's bring that back right there. But yeah, you do get that. Of course, you get bicep swivel right here, actually. It doesn't come out of the shoulder. Single jointed elbow, but it does bend all the way in. Not completely, but I mean, still, it's very effective. You can get him flexing if you want to. One thing I like is this swivel right here, which I mentioned earlier. That is just very effective. I think that was a great choice on their part. As far as the hands, they are on the typical Figma hinge. You pretty much can put them on the same way as usual. Only hindrance is going to be the sleeve. He does have a diaphragm joint. He leans back a lot more than I thought he would. Forward a little bit, not completely. You can kind of tuck that under this separate piece right here for a little bit more of range, but not too much. He does move around very well. He can turn at the waist and at the diaphragm, no problem. As far as the legs go, he kicks out about that much, kicks back about that much. He can do the splits just fine. He does have a thigh swivel. The knees actually are weird. They bend in two places. So it bends right here at the knee, and it's a single joint, but it also bends right here at the leg. That is, that's weird, but it works if you want to bring his foot all the way back. So if you want to get him like slashing forward, running on one foot, or jumping off of one foot, you guys know what I mean, you can do that. So it does look a little weird. That's a very interesting choice. I never expected anything like that, but it works. And it does also swivel, so that's a pretty good design. As far as the foot goes down about that much, up about that much, and he does have a toe hinge that goes all the way in. Wow, that's crazy. Now, as far as the jacket goes, these pieces right here are separate, and so you can kind of lift them up. It'll look good from the front. His jacket doesn't split as far as I know, but from behind it is going to split right there. So be expecting that. Be careful when you pose him if you take shots of your figures, because that is something that can be recognized. But you can pretty much get this guy into just about any of the poses that he gets into in the series with this plastic jacket. And now on to the segment that is going to piss me off. The accessories. This figure comes out of the package with the signature smiling face that you see and a pair of fist hands. He also comes with another smiling face, where this is him where he's cheerful, happy, maybe talking to Zenitsu or Inosuke, whichever one, maybe even Nezuko if she's awake. And then you get a teeth gritted face. So that's pretty much it as far as expressions go. I would have much rather this been an extra face, and then they would have gave us the Tanjiro freaked out expression over this one in the regular set, simply because, I mean, these are one and the same pretty much. It's just a happy Tanjiro, but not going to get into that. You do get his sword. This is it when you plug it into the sheath, and you just pretty much plug it right in there. If I can get it on. This is always hard to do on camera. Let me push that up a little bit. Yeah, this is always difficult to do on camera. Actually, I'm not even on camera. I'm looking at the figure. There it goes. And it just sits in there, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you do get the actual unsheathed sword. And it looks good. Paint on it is clean. It's just black with a little gray and red. But for the most part, no paint splotches. Looks clean. And I dig it. Now, for the hands, I'm just going to show these on the hand tree. This, I believe, is if he's holding on to the sheath, because you only get this for the left hand, and if you see the sheath, it's actually on the left side. You get a pair of sword holding hands, you get a pair of relaxed hands, then you get a pair of stylish pose hands, and that's it. That's all you get with the regular edition, which, rant time, like, come on, bro. I get it. They could have skipped out on the fire breathing technique and just given us at least the water breathing. Like, he's been using water breathing since the first villain or demon that he went up against. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Come on, Figma. I get it. You took away the Nezuko box that he carries her in, the little miniature Nezuko that fits inside the box. They took away the extra faceplate, but not even one accessory for water breathing? Figma, y'all gotta do better. How can you charge $60 for this and not at least give it one effect? Like, it literally... Next segment. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to all of the releases we have from BuzzMod so far. We have the first Tanjiro, of course we have Zenitsu, and then we also have Nezuko to the far right. Now, I know a lot of people were saying that these look like they are way too big, and I want to nip this in the bud right now. There are several episodes of Demon Slayer where Tanjiro looks really slim in his uniform, and then there are episodes of Demon Slayer where he looks like he's pretty big. So it really depends on the artist of the episode. So to say that either of these are inaccurate would be completely false. It always depends on who the animators are for a particular episode. So both of these look good. And one thing I also want to mention, I should have saved this for another segment, but I'm already rambling. The skin tone on these are both kind of yellowish, which I think I already said that, but still. So to say you're going to get this one over this one because of the skin tone, they're right around the same. This one has a little bit of shininess to it, but if you hit that with a matte finish, you won't even notice it. Next up, here he is standing next to a couple of Figmas. We do have the Figma Haikyuu Shoujo Hinata, the Figma Attack on Titan Eren Yeager, and the Figma My Hero Academia Deku or Izuku Midoriya. Here he is standing next to a couple of SH Figuarts. We have the SH Figuarts Best Selection Naruto, the SH Figuarts Full Power Super Saiyan Goku, and the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Yuji Itadori. I have him as Sukuna. Lastly, for some extras that I have laying around, here he is standing next to the Mattel Masters of the Universe Evil Lyn, the Marvel Legends PS4 Gamerverse Spider-Man, and the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. Now, I already know there's those people that are going to want to see everything side by side so that they can make their judgment on which is better, figure out which one they want to buy, and so here is the side by side. Now, looking at these, I know most people are going to say, oh, the Figma looks better, yada, 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 and there's a reason that the Figma looks better than the BuzzMod, because of the fact that this was actually BuzzMod's first action figure release. And honestly, I still feel like in terms of the accessories and execution of release, they did a greater job. And I'm not comparing price point here because obviously Figma's going to be cheaper, and that's just that. No matter what, Figma's going to be cheaper than BuzzMod. That's something we already know. But in terms of execution of the figure, I think that BuzzMod did it better because even though I paid a little bit more for it, I got a lot more. And with this Figma release, man, it just feels like Good Smile was greedy, yo. Like, I get it. It's Demon Slayer. It's probably the top anime out right now. You want to capitalize and make as much money off of it as you can. But for the way that they released this figure, the regular and the DX, I feel like it's just dirty, man. For this one to come with absolutely no accessories whatsoever other than his sword and a couple of hands and regular faceplates, that's just dirty, man. That's dirty to me. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how you feel about it. I made a mistake by ordering this version. This review probably would be completely different if I ordered the DX, but I'm glad I didn't because I know the DX is going to be hard to come by at this point. And so people who are trying to figure out whether they want to get their hands on this release or they want to get their hands on the Buzz mod, I would say the Buzz mod, not because it looks better, but because it just is executed better. And on top of that, Buzz mod is clearly going to make everybody. I don't see Figma going anywhere after we get Inosuke. We might get Giyu, we might get Rengoku, but as far as Shinobu, I don't see us getting her. I don't see us getting a lot of the stuff that Buzz mod is releasing. And that's just me being honest. And also, for those of you who don't know, there are rumors going around that I almost forgot what I was about to say, the Buzz mod company is going to release demons as well. I've heard they're going to make Akazu, I've heard they're going to make Inma, and I've also heard Imu, and I've also heard that they're going to make Muzan. So if you want all of these to scale together, you want to complete the team and some, Buzz mod's the way to go. They're only getting better. Despite the issues I've said that I have with this figure, I'll be honest, I do like it. I just feel like it's almost a slap in the face release. Just because, let's say some people just didn't have the money to spend $100 on this guy, but they wanted a figure of Tanjiro. Like, a lot of the things that make Tanjiro don't come with him. And I get it. The DX is a way to capitalize and make more money, yada, yada, yada. It's what action figure companies do. But to not throw in any effect pieces, as well as the extra faceplate, as well as freaking Nezuko and the box that he carries on his back all day, they didn't throw in any of that. I would have been happy with at least one of those, especially the water breathing effect. Like, I feel like that was a complete necessity. And for them to at least skip out on that in the box, that's just kind of whack to me, man. That's just whack. The figure's designed well. The articulation is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It has a nice fun factor to it. You can get him in pretty much any Tanjiro pose. So I feel like if you buy it just to stand on your shelf, you will enjoy it. But overall, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I think Buzz mod did it better. It came with a ton of stuff, and everything that they're releasing is pretty much coming with a ton of stuff. I don't know what the regular releases for Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Nezuko are going to be like, but I would say if you can pre-order the DX releases, get those, because just getting this figure by itself, it's just like, Tanjiro, instead of, Tanjiro. That's how I want it to feel, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just spoiled by the Buzz mod version. I can't say, but honestly, it's up to you guys. It does look good, but I will say if you're planning on getting this figure, buy it now, simply because I do believe this figure is going to sell out. It's Demon Slayer. No matter what, people are going to buy it. Whether it comes with a lot of accessories, whether he comes with the bare minimum like this one does, people are going to buy it. So get your hands on this figure if you can. If you're willing to go the extra mile, personally, I recommend the Buzz mod, but that's just me. Anyway, once again, I'm rambling and there's a ton of noise in the background, so I'm going to bring it to a close. I hope you guys enjoy this review. I hope my ranting didn't bother you too much, but hey, man, I'm an honest reviewer. I can't help it. So, yeah, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you disliked it, I don't know what to tell you. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content, and stay safe wherever you are. Bye.